Well, I learned a long time ago that you're not supposed to start any story with the weather, like it's a dark and stormy night. But I have a story about Wallace Warfield, my first encounter with Wallace, that is related to the weather, so I'm going to tell you a weather story. Many years ago, probably around 1993 or 1994, I invited Wallace to come to Antioch to be our commencement speaker. It was in mid-June, and Antioch College is a pretty small college. It doesn't have any space for commencement indoors, and the tradition has always been to have the commencement on the grounds. Well, that weekend we were supposed to get big thunderstorms, big storm coming through, and I knew that we would get totally soaked. So I was able to acquire a high school. What was I thinking? To have a college commencement at a high school? I wasn't thinking. Nevertheless, Wallace encountered a hornet's nest because the students and the families and everybody else were so upset. And I thought that I was exonerated because right in the middle of the commencement you could hear outside the crack of the lightning, but Wallace convinced me that I knew very little about conflict and conflict resolution. And that began my journey with Wallace Warfield. Since then, Wallace has been a mensch, a coach, a practitioner scholar, a co-teacher with me, and probably the most precious experiences that I've had with Wallace and that I will miss the most is coming to work, looking down the corner of the hall, and there Wallace's office door is open, the lights are on, and I know all is well with the world. Because if I encounter any kinds of problems, I can knock on the door and say, "Got a minute?" And then Wallace always makes time. He has been the informal peacemaker at ICAR. I'm not the only one who knocks on the door and says, "Got a minute?" And he is the person who has kept me sane over the years while I have navigated ICAR in my various roles. So, bless you, Wallace. I can't tell you how pleased I am about your next transition, and I think that you are going to be as loved around here in your transitional phase of a few projects that you're going to be doing as you've been in the past, and we're also going to miss your daily guidance. Thanks.